WandaVision is over.
And we're emotional wrecks because of it.
Let's talk about it.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's copywritten. We can't do that. Okay, we're here talking about the WandaVision finale.
The tearjerker.
The heart stopper, the heartbreaker, the booty shaker. Wanda fucking started twerking. It was crazy. And it was on White Vision too. It wasn't her vision, but it was her vision.
Her ex and her boyfriend in the same room?
She just had a vision that she had to start twerking. I don't like this bit. Let's move on. Okay.
Where's Mr. Hart though, huh?
Thank you.
I put that at the top of my list.
Where the fuck is Mr. Hart? Okay.
We need answers.
Spoiler alert.
He's dead.
We got no answer to that shit at all. Where the fuck did he go?
They even had the wife there, but not him right there near.
Apparently they're married in the real world, but she just like doesn't give a fuck about that aspect of it.
She could have been like, where's my husband?
Hey, Wanda, I'm awake now. Why the fuck did you bring back my dead husband and kick him out after one fucking episode? Why the fuck did you do that, Wanda? Yeah. I'm even in a worse mental state than I was when I went into this place.
Maybe he was a symbol, heart. Ooh, Vision is my love. And then she killed him off. Maybe.
She's got no heart. She's a cold-ass bitch now.
But anyway, the witch. What's her name?
Agatha
or Agnes, whatever. She evil and her eyebrows are scary.
Yeah. She's a boss-ass bitch.
Yeah. She's really trying to take everyone's powers.
All right, so what are we going to talk about first? Do you want to go into the episode breakdown as we go through each scene? Because I have them listed. Or do you want to jump around a little bit?
We just jump around.
All right, let's just jump around to whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Oh, so that... you know the guy? The delivery man.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Turned out to be an absolute nobody. But I do find it funny. Yeah. Because maybe he was aware somehow and he was just literally telling Wanda, don't shoot the messenger. Yeah. I'm not doing anything bad. Literally. I'm just here. Hey.
He was just there delivering mail that one day and then he got stuck in that place, probably. Yeah. With the bunny on his hat. So the bunny wasn't even anybody?
Nope.
There's no devil guy that everybody was theorizing about?
These people that are making these fucking shows and movies are so...
Yeah, they know how to mess
We are their bitches. They know exactly what the fuck we're going to talk about. She's got a rabbit all around, and she's talking about him. That must be somebody.
What's the point of that rabbit? Why she had to kill the dog?
And then the rabbit didn't even make a final appearance. Well, the final appearance was last episode. But, there was no...
His name's Scrappy, and that's it?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It was a complete nobody.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, but then also it's
useless.
I appreciate it. We speculated all this time about who it is. And we're like, no, it's just Agatha all along. It was just her. She's the person trying to fuck everything up.
I like how they had Wanda see how everyone was in pain. And we saw Dottie again.
Yeah.
I thought we wouldn't see her, but she's
that was the nice switch where she's a pretty nice lady.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of a bitch when she was in the fake Westview. Which I have a question. All right, so in, I don't know what to call the fake Westview, so I'm just going to keep calling it fake Westview. Dottie and that guy with the mustache, they were married. Yeah. I don't remember them mentioning that they're actually married in real life. Yeah. I hope that's the fucking case, because if not, that's some weird ass shit. Yeah. That's some high level real life shipping.
Cheating.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
I hope they're married.
Did it count?
Fuck.
Cheating? Since they didn't have control?
Because
some people didn't even get to be with their children, like that woman. She was like, maybe my daughter could be friends with your sons. I could
Dottie?
see. That was Dottie?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Dottie.
Oh, I thought the Asian woman, the other one? I don't know what she said.
No, that's Bev.
What did she say?
Who, Bev or Dottie? Yeah. Bev is my husband.
Oh, out of town.
He was out of town, out of the country or something. Yeah. What I'm curious about, which, spoiler, we didn't get an answer to. What, I thought the thing with Norm, you know who that is, right?
Yeah,
I thought the thing with Norm was going to lead somewhere. Because they added
His
some
family?
background. Yeah, something's happening with his dad. And he wants...
Oh, yeah, I had to take care of him?
Yeah.
We didn't find out who the FBI person was. Who?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What's his name? The FBI agent?
Jimmy Woo?
Yeah. He had someone... He had a lead there. Someone, and then we don't know if he actually found them or not. Or
that's so weird. Yeah.
I thought maybe it would be that guy. The one that you're talking about, the one at work.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ralph, if it was someone else, but now we know Ralph is...
Yeah. Fake Pietro?
Yeah. But he has superpowers somehow, or did she give him
All right, yeah, let's talk about that. You know what? Pietro. Yeah, we're just going to jump around. We're eventually going to cover everything. Don't you worry.
Yes. Ralph.
Ralph. How do you feel about Pietro, fake Pietro being Ralph?
At first, I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, Ralph? So this is her husband, is how I thought at first. But obviously she didn't live there, so that's not even... She just, like, took over his house and then, like, used his name as if that's the husband? Is that what that is?
Let me give you my theory.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if it's a theory, because I think everything I'm going to say is, like, implied, so it's probably what happened.
Yes.
You remember one of the first intense scenes where Vision's talking to Agnes and Herb outside?
Yeah.
And they're freaking out about Geraldine?
Yes.
And then Agnes is like, she has no husband and stuff. And then Vision's like, what's wrong with that? And she's like, nothing. She doesn't have a home.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so it's all like suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
When because she said she sensed Westview, like when Wanda created it.
Yeah.
So she showed up after it had already been like taken over.
Oh.
She entered Westview, but she knew she couldn't be like Geraldine. She needed a place to stay. So she took over Ralph's house and then put that necklace on him.
Oh, yeah.
And then because she needed a story as to who she is and who she was and everything, because everybody's got to be a character. She's like, my husband Ralph.
Just took his name.
Because...
But probably had him hidden somewhere, right?
Yeah, probably. Because, like, yeah, he probably just stayed in the house until he needed her. I mean, she needed him. Yeah, so, like, if Wanda ever... Because you know how, like, Wanda's stories and stuff, before everything broke loose, they were like, they could change at any moment just based on what Wanda wanted. Yeah. So if Wanda's like, this episode, I want to spend some time at Agnes's house. So it's like, oh, you remember my husband Ralph I kept mentioning? Yeah. I meant to be here, Wanda. I'm not an outsider. Yeah,
but why not choose someone that looks like would be your husband so you could actually...
She probably doesn't have a husband.
Yeah, I know she doesn't, but, like, wouldn't it be more believable if she, like, if she took over someone else's house, just take over someone else's husband, pretend that's hers?
She did.
Or why pick someone so young that doesn't even look like her husband doesn't even, or she didn't show him or anything? That would make it suspicious.
She probably, like, didn't think that far ahead. And then it worked out for her. Because when Pietro got casted as Pietro, like, even though Wanda was a little iffy about it, she still, like, believed in it. Like, oh, this is my brother. So, like, I'm sure if that didn't happen and then she met him and it's like, oh, this is my husband, Ralph. She'd be like, okay. I mean, she's married to a robot. You know what I mean? So that probably wouldn't have sent red flags to her. I picked up on a detail on Ralph, though, that makes it a little more interesting that I really like. So she looks at like a bank statement, I think, and it has Ralph's name on it. And then she looks at a picture of Ralph, and then right under it, it has his name. Yeah. Do you know what that is?
I didn't catch the name, but what is it?
His name is Ralph Boner.
Oh, yeah.
And then they did that boner joke. Some people online are upset about that. Like, really? He brought in the Fox Quicksilver, and it's like, oh, all this lead up just for a boner joke? Oh. It's like, yeah, motherfucker. They played you like a fucking fiddle. But,
bamboozled us.
But the picture and the name under it and stuff, that's a fucking headshot.
Oh,
Ralph in real life. No. Ralph in real life is an actor.
Oh.
Yeah. Which
So he could be the actor that
plays Pietro. That's why Wanda believed it, because he's an actor. He's acting and shit.
Oh,
I like
so that's
that.
how he was so good.
Yeah, that's how
probably
it
why
was
she
so
chose
believable
him
and
for that?
stuff. Because he's a fucking actor.
That's clever.
That's cool as fuck. I like it a million times more now.
I thought you were gonna say that he's the actor that plays that in that universe. Plays that.
Here, let me let you
Quicksilver.
in on a little secret. Did you know he's actually from another superhero universe? Breaking news, by the way.
Like in their universe, their movie is like, oh, Quicksilver, that's based on Wanda's brother, and then he plays the actor that plays it, so that movie is like a movie within that universe, like ours. Yeah. But I guess not. It'd be too complicated.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a detail I really liked. That's
but he
real
has
cool.
powers, or is she gave that to him?
See, that's the thing I'm confused most about. Because he still
very
has the powers. So did Agatha, like,
did she? I mean,
is that part of the spell where it's like, okay, you now have these powers? Because...
How did Monica get him, even though he was all quick? All of a sudden, he's just...
Yeah, I hated that. I noticed that
and
the first time I watched it.
for like, what, 2 days?
Yeah.
Or a day? I don't really get her powers.
I don't...
Like, they didn't even introduce her.
Mostly
just
everything
there.
confuses me about Monica.
Yeah.
Like, how did
like,
she...
Did
when
she
did she get her
help at
powers?
all?
I don't even know that. Like, when? Did
When
she have them
passed through
before
the
she
thing,
went?
I guess? She got
I
some
guess
of
so.
Wanda's,
But, like...
But, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot or something.
No.
Where I'm expecting... I don't know. But normally, like, if she went through that first time, or that second time when she was kicked out or whatever, while she's still outside before she goes back in, she would show something so we would know, oh, she has powers, or she might have powers. But they showed none of it.
Until she passed through.
So it was like, that's why that moment when she's like, I could go through, is so weird, because she showed absolutely no signs of being able to do that.
All of a sudden her eyes are colorful, and then she could just...
But yeah, that moment was weird too, because it's like, she's like, I could go through, implying that she already had powers. But then while she's passing through,
she's just being
it was
brave,
this big superhero moment as if she just got her powers. Yeah. It's weird.
Like, it's just a little out of place. Like, when I saw her at the end, she was just kind of off to the side. I'm like, what did you do? You have powers, but like, what did she do really?
Let me be honest with you.
Yeah. And where's Captain Marvel?
The Monica character in this show, I don't mean to start hating.
Trash.
I don't want to say trash, because she did help out.
Yeah, in the beginning,
in multiple
I liked
situations,
her a lot,
but like, she feels out of place.
Yeah.
Like, there's...
Like, she could have had her own movie.
There's like some disconnect. I can't even like put it into words, where it's like...
Yeah.
Every other character is like...
They have...
I can't put it into words. It's like there's something about everything she does. It's like there's something missing on it.
Like, every single episode, it's been always like we get it, like, she lost her mom and everything, but like, that's all that there is.
You
like,
know
in
what
every
it feels
single
like?
one, it's like, yeah, I lost my mom, and that's all she has to give. That, like, oh, we have the pain of losing someone, I can help you. But she didn't really help her. Maybe if she, like, talked to her more, or, like, actually fought with her somehow. Yeah. But she wasn't, I guess, deal with...
You know what it feels like to me? It's like the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Yeah. When, it's not technically his first appearance, but when we first see Thanos in, like, an actual role. Of course, he was, like, in that, you know, Avengers thing where he smiled. But, like, an actual, like, oh, he's talking and stuff. Yeah. Like, we didn't get the full story about what he's about and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, we just met him in this one specific time frame. Mm-hmm. And he's doing something. And then, obviously, Infinity War, that's where they flesh it out. Mm-hmm. It feels like they're like the Monica character. Like, the things that happen to her and stuff are like they're setting up to, like, dive deeper in the movie she's going to be in. Oh, okay. But, like, they don't want to, like, it's like give too her entire character arc has missing parts to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like not just one, like, there's the Captain Marvel stuff. She's got beef, I think, and for some reason. And we don't know what happened before. But then also the powers thing. And then also this like history with Sword. There's like there's like it's weird. I can't explain it.
I guess we just don't know her character very well.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know her at all.
Yeah. I don't know. She's alright.
It's like she had a character arc. I understand. She lost her mom. It's very sad. And then we also met her when she was a little girl. But like she lost her mom. That's sad. That she gets brought into Westview and then she connects with Wanda because they both are grieving and stuff. And then she's able to get powers and help Wanda try to at least process her grief and stuff, or like, reverse what she had done. I understand that. That's a character arc. But like, it felt like it didn't go anywhere.
No, yeah. Like
it's like she didn't have any struggles of her own, really.
Just like her mom, but then they kind of like drag that
it's
on
like kind of just like passed over. It's like a mention. It's like, oh, she's dealing with this. So then she's able to deal with this because she's dealing with that. It's like they didn't dive deeper into her story. It was just like, here are pieces of her story that just contribute to Wanda's story. Yeah. So it feels weird because it's
maybe it'll make sense.
It feels like she's not an actual person.
Yeah.
And it's weird to say. I feel like Jimmy Woo is more fleshed out character than she is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we know that he's a pastor and stuff. And he's got the magic trick, and he's like, talking with Darcy, and it's like, when Tyler Hayward's like, what does like the baseball team miss you or something? He's like, no, that season's over, sir. And it's like he just we don't like know everything about his life, but like he feels like an actual character. Like Monica, there's just so many missing parts where it's like you can't complete anything because everything's missing. And you can't put all those pieces together because they don't like form like a complete thing. So she doesn't feel like an act. She just feels out of place. Yeah. It's weird.
And Darcy, do we see where she went? Like
we saw her once. She crashed the truck into Tyler Hayward. Oh, okay. She's the one who was like, oh, have fun in prison. Oh, yeah. Again. I don't want to get into a Darcy. Yeah. Rant. Just like, oh my God, we stay in Darcy. She said something sassy again. Every line she's ever said in any of the fucking movies past the first Thor movie, everything she says is sassy. Oh, shit. And if everything is sassy, then like it cancels itself out. It's not funny. Maybe like seriously. Once in a while, like, oh. To harken back to my rant from either last week or 2 weeks ago, where it's like, it's like, they're like, ooh, people love Tony Stark because he's always, throwing jabs and, making fun of people and teasing. But it's like, he doesn't do that all the time. He's not nonstop about it. Oh my God, toxic masculinity, for sure. Masculinity. But it's like, because like when Monica, on those rare times where, she shows personality, and then she's joking around and stuff, she's great. Yeah. Yeah. Which I did, I talked a lot of shit on Monica. I liked her in that post-credit scene when she's like, authority looks pretty good on you, Jimmy. I like it. Oh, yeah. She was great there. Yeah. She was smiling. I didn't want to say it because that might be toxic masculinity, but I thought that. That's racist. But it's like, she like had those, it's like she didn't have a personality in the show. Like she was great when she was Geraldine. And then out of Westview, it was like...
She got traumatized.
Yeah, it was just like, there was nothing there. It's like, what do I really know about you? There were no, like, personality traits. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, she's sassy sometimes, but that's not a personality trait. Darcy, it's not a personality.
Imagine you lose your family or someone, because of the dust of the snap. And then you finally get back with them just to get separated again because of Wanda. All these poor people are going to go through therapy.
I'm really disappointed that they didn't answer the Mr. Hart thing.
Yeah. I had the nerve to show the woman, the wife on there.
He doesn't even have to be like the FBI person that they were looking for.
Or like, why did he get
That's just
choke on
in general.
food.
That's like you have a character that's tied to another character that keeps on appearing, and they just vanish.
Like
After
something,
something pretty important happens where he chokes. So like something
we'll
shady
know
going
why.
on, and then they just don't answer what happens to
I'm
him.
guessing. I thought like not Monica. Wanda did that. So like we'll never know. Or like did he die after the choke and it just made it seem like he didn't?
Yeah.
Or just working maybe because he's the boss. But the witches were kind of creepy.
Oh yeah, the dead witches coming back from the dead. I loved how they found a way to put Scarlet Witch, the most powerful and dangerous witch, back in the Salem witch trials. That's fucking incredible. And it's like it's something obvious to do.
Yeah, but it's
like if I were writing the show, I'd probably go like, "Ooh, to do this."
Yeah.
But it's like it's still fucking cool that they did it.
Yeah.
Because they could have easily not done that. But it's like I love how they did it.
Yeah.
And then fucking I love how Wanda's like, "Yeah, I'm the queen, bitch. I brought you here back to your worst moment in life."
Yeah.
And then they just turn on Wanda because she's a Scarlet Witch. Like that's so fucking crazy to me.
And she gets the little horns, like that little mask.
Yeah.
That's like the original costume of it. That's how it looks.
Yeah.
Of hers.
Wait,
of the Scarlet Witch, like in the comics.
Yeah, she's got that little the M. Yeah.
And she bamboozles her with the spell that she told her about, or not the spell, but like.
Yeah, the runes.
Yeah.
I was looking at you to see if you.
Oh, I didn't understand the symbol until.
Yeah, I didn't realize either.
Until she
mentioned it.
Because I saw you, I'm like, am I supposed to know what these are?
Yeah. Oh, I loved right before they went back into the witch trials. Which I hope Loki does this shit all the time. I hope they just do fucking. They just fucking do like real life ties to shit. If this were like.
Change the reality.
If this weren't. I usually don't say this because Disney lets them do whatever. But like if this studio wasn't owned by Disney. And they were doing this show, the Loki show. I don't know how they would do it without being insensitive and shit. But like it would be interesting if they somehow tied the Lord of Mischief, the God of Mischief, into like 9/11 and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
I don't know how they would do it, but like I'm sure there's some way you could fucking do it.
Like he was on the plane somehow and then caused
because it's like you did it for like the Salem witch trials, which like really happened and they actually killed people. So it's like they could find a way to do that, but it's like I hope Loki's not gonna get as extreme as that. Yeah, they would have to find like a personal story in it to do it. I don't know how they would do it, but that's just like that'd be something. But Loki's not gonna be that extreme. But I hope they just like, you know, just do some like maybe like some weird obscure type things. I don't know if this would be insensitive, but the I forget blanking on her name. I think it starts with an A. The pilot who went missing just disappeared. Oh. Nobody knows who she is.
Amelia Earhart?
Yeah. Like if they
tie
tie into stuff like that.
He like takes her or something.
Yeah.
And then
like we need you in a different What if he's like, okay, I need a pilot for this one mission. I'll take this pilot because she's so good.
The plane disappeared too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. I like those. Like that's what happens in Doctor Who. They like whatever happens there. That's how you kind of get a little more insight of the event and stuff like that.
All right, back to WandaVision. I liked how right before they went to the witch trials, they did the thing from Age of Ultron where she does like that. Wanda does that speedy walk behind somebody, and then
it's spooky.
Yeah. It's real weird.
Because she did that.
Because she doesn't actually move like Quicksilver. She doesn't like move fast. It's like it's almost like stop motion. Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. I saw it gets a close up on her eyes, and her eyes are all red. Agnes. So I was like, oof, a little spooky. But I like that.
Yeah.
Good for her. Vision. Can we talk about Vision?
Let's talk about Vision. Which one?
Oof, the white one. What do you think about?
You want to talk about the real Vision?
I forget. I kept forgetting that that's the actual Vision. I thought he was gonna have him self-destruct himself because you're the real Vision. I'm like, damn.
Where the fuck did he go?
He just went up.
Here's
Why
all
would
these.
you...
Here's all these memories.
Yeah, the last one being I died because I love Wanda. I was gonna say I love you, or he did say it as he was dying, and then he just let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You got panic mode. I guess life flashing before your eyes.
Maybe.
I thought that last scene was gonna be Vision.
He turned white. He saw a
himself.
ghost and he left.
His eyes turned normal, so is he
Yeah,
back?
I think so. I think he might appear in Doctor Strange.
Did Wanda see that?
I don't really know how.
She just didn't question the other Vision. I guess she just had to bounce.
This is a tricky thing with these shows. Because, like, they're filming Doctor Strange now. I've heard nothing about Vision appearing. So he probably won't be.
Uh-huh.
But then it's like, when is he going to appear? Because they have, like, shows announced till, like, the end of 2022. So it's like...
Maybe eventually.
Like, that's my question about a lot of these shows. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, when they do that show, I don't know when they're going to appear next. Because they haven't been announced for a movie. So, like, is it going to be, like, 2 years until we see him again?
Maybe.
And then it's like, it's more of a concern with these shows. Because the movies, even though they're shorter, they tell a complete story. So it's like, oh, you have this one movie. You have this Captain America movie. It's fine if he doesn't appear for like 2 more years. Because you got a complete story with him. But these shows are like designed to tell its own story, but also leave it open-ended for their next appearance.
Yeah.
But like, if their next appearance is like 3 years after that, I don't know. Because like, that's something we're going to deal with later. Maybe it's just this show. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying?
Kind of. Like, you don't know when you're going to see them again. Like,
yeah, so it's like,
or if you will,
it's
even.
like, for example, like Vision.
Oh.
Like, all right, so he's the actual Vision that we knew back in the day.
The machine.
Pre-Infinity War, dude.
Yeah.
And he went off somewhere. We don't know where he went. We saw that Wanda's like living on her own in the forest. So like, she's off somewhere. He's going to appear again. Like, when's he going to appear again? Is he just going to be actually gone for years in that universe? Probably. Or like, I don't know. Because they're going to be like setting things up for like all these shows. There's going to be several shows a year. And they're going to be setting things up for like their next appearance. Unless their next, like some shows are going to work. Because Miss Marvel is going to get introduced in her show later this year. And then she's going to appear next year in Captain Marvel. So we know that.
Yeah.
We don't know about Vision.
I guess we'll see when we see.
I guess so, but like, I don't know. At some point in the near future, because it's going to happen with all these shows coming out, it's going to be like, all right, so we got this ending, this, I don't want to call it cliffhanger, but they're teasing something next for the character. But it's like, okay, now you got to wait like 2.5, 3 years for it. That's a long time. And then what if that next appearance is also teasing the next appearance too? And it's like, it just keeps going. I don't know. We'll see. But, Vision. Oh, okay. Another thing I want to say. I love how they did something similar to the end of Age of Ultron, where you got 2 robots who have seemingly infinite power. Instead of using those powers to fight each other, they're just floating and talking to each other. That's how they solve their issues.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. What do you think about that? I love how Vision is so hell-bent on trying to become human as much as he can, that with as much power as he has, when the tension is at its highest, he doesn't use his powers and he just talks like a human would. That's cool to me. True. That's real fucking cool. Like, let everybody else fight. Fucking you witches, you could fight. Sword in the military, fight. I could fucking kick all of your asses. I'm just gonna fucking chill, talk about this fucking boat that might or might not be the real boat.
Maybe because he was like a machine before and like he didn't have actual, like, he wasn't a human. And like, he's used to just like talking, resolving problems by... I don't even know what I'm saying.
I don't even know what you're saying either. I like my headcanon. I like my explanation. Because he did that in Age of Ultron too, when he was wearing sweater vests and stuff. He's just trying to fit in. Mm-hmm. So he's like, let's just talk it out, buddy. I think it's cool. I also like how, if you, build a boat with some wood, but it rots, so you fucking replace all the wood. Mm-hmm. Which boat is going to be the real boat if you reassemble it with the actual wood without the rot? Mm-hmm. He's like, neither are the real boat. Or both of them are? I don't fucking know.
Neither of them have the
Mind
stone.
Yeah. But he has the memories now. Mm-hmm. Which I didn't notice until the most recent time I watched it. The Westview version of Vision, when he did that, he also accessed those memories. So, like, during that last part when he's, like, saying goodbye to Wanda and stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, he saw all them?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's my take on it. Because he's like... Because before, he's like, I don't remember my life before Westview and stuff. Yeah. But then at the end, before he disappears, he's like, I said goodbye before. And then Wanda's like, so we'll say hello again or something.
Oh, okay.
So, like...
True.
That could just be, like, because Darcy told him that he died. But I like to think that he saw those visions, those memories, too. Mm-hmm. For that, even though he's not the real Vision, he still got to experience some of the real Vision. At least I would hope. Because if not, if he's still just as ignorant, then, like, that goodbye that they had is kind of weird. Because, like, the real actual Vision is back, and he's somewhere. And then she's, like, spending her time with this fake creation that she had. Yeah. Like, the kids I get, but, like the real Vision's out there.
She made that
Like,
vision.
she knows that. Or, I don't think she knows it. Wanda probably doesn't know. But still, we the audience know so.
Yeah, and the other Vision knows, so he probably thinks she's gonna maybe go back to him.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's weird.
Fellas,
that's like when people...
Fellas, would you be upset if your girl...
Or boy.
...went back to you after saying goodbye to you?
It's like in an alternate universe. Like, when some people go to alternate universes and, like, maybe let's say they lost their girlfriend or whatever, but they find the other one and they think that's the same person, but it's not. Mm-hmm. Or maybe, like, it's
Fellas,
not them, but it's...
Fellas, if your girl tries to tell you that having sex with your girlfriend's twin sister is cheating, it's not. They look just alike. Just say you were confused.
Anyway.
And then also mention how something was off, so she's not as good as you or something.
Anyway.
Probably good idea to stop me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know why I said that. I don't even know.
Her accent's back.
I think she's using the accent now whenever she's the Scarlet Witch. When she's trying to fucking wreck some bitches.
The kids, she had to say goodbye. Does that mean they weren't her kids if she said, thanks for choosing me to be your mom? Or like...
I think that's just like some sweet thing to say right before they fucking dissolve into nothing.
Because like kids don't choose their mother.
Yeah, and especially in this where she literally created everything. Yeah. So they're not even real. So it's like, how could they choose something if they're not real?
What, a week?
They're cast members in a show.
Sad? She's known them for like a week.
Wanda's out here. Nobody's mentioned this yet. Wanda, low-key, big supporter of nepotism.
What's that?
Giving family members and stuff jobs. Purely based on the fact that they're related.
How do you mean?
She creates an entire show, and her family is somehow the main characters. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna let Monica have an incomplete character arc? Meanwhile, Billy's over here like, ooh, I got powers. And then I'm just gonna fade off in another. I'm kidding. I'm just fucking around. But I think you mentioned this a few weeks ago. I like the theory that like the entire show of WandaVision was in and of itself a show. Like everything with sword outside the hex and stuff was also a part of the show.
How do you mean?
Like everything we watched.
Part of the show.
You know everything we watch right now?
Yes, sir.
That's all a part of the in-universe show that Wanda created.
Everything.
Like all the sword stuff outside is part of the show. everything.
So she
Like,
made all
like,
that up.
yeah, like I like that theory where it's like at no point did we see the actual real world. It's all just
in her head.
Yeah, in her head, a show created by her. That would have been an interesting way to take it.
I thought in the end because we could see we saw the flashback of her driving up there and the house is empty, and you know how everything went back to normal, and the house was empty and she was wearing the same clothes because she had the hoodie.
Yeah.
And then like the car was still there and everything. Well, that's because she left it like that. But it seemed like in that moment I thought, like, was this all just like, did it all just happen real quick? And then it was all in her head, like kind of like how you said.
Yeah.
Because it all seemed like it stayed the same place and she just had it like real quick.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Because the way she like had it like this, that's how she was when she like made it kind of.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. But then it wouldn't, it would have been just like, oh, it never happened. But
yeah.
Obviously after Monica was there, I saw that.
I know I said it would be interesting. That's all I meant by that. It's just interesting. I don't, it would have been a terrible way because it would have been just like,
yeah, like nothing happened.
It's basically, and she was asleep the whole time.
Yeah.
Like that would have been
the
terrible.
Like, ooh, it was the scrolls the whole time. The movie. The Spider-Man one. Yeah.
I actually like that twist though. That would have been funny. If it's like, the only things we saw of the real world were like her going to Sword, seeing the body, and she's like, okay, I'm going to leave. And then just goes, and then that's the only real world that we saw. That would have been funny actually. And then it's like, oh, gotcha, bitch. Tyler Hayward isn't actually evil. Ooh, by the way, speaking of him, I don't know if you noticed, but in the recap for this episode, he said, that's the thing, Wanda. He's not yours. He's ours. She didn't say that in the actual episode. Yeah. They added that.
Oh, didn't he say he didn't say that?
No, he just said he's not yours. And then Wanda got pissed and shattered the glass.
They probably like cut it out then and then just accidentally used it in the thing.
But like, it's happened a couple times with these recaps. I'm not sure if it's like this meta thing where it's like implied that like Wanda is creating these recaps.
Like the whole beekeeper thing when we had to go back and we technically didn't see that.
Yeah.
Where's the beekeeper?
Where's the
I thought he would show up.
Yeah.
Even though we don't know who was under. He probably like,
there's a theory that he like turned into just another civilian.
Yeah, he's probably locked up with everybody.
Yeah. So I guess that I don't really like that. Like it makes sense, but
like,
I wish they would have explained something.
Huh? In the trailers where you're like, who's this beekeeper? But that's cool. They misled us.
Yeah.
That's cool that they
be doing that a lot.
Like, ooh, we thought Wanda was the WandaVision were like the victims.
Oh my God. Right? Talking about the trailers, that part where Wanda's like, this is our home. And then Vision's like, then let's fight for it. I remember fucking freaking out on that. Because I'm like, who the fuck are they fighting? Because I assume like, probably like Sword or something. I didn't fucking know they're gonna have a fucking insider in there, and that's who they're gonna fight.
It's Vision, right?
Yeah. So let's fight for it. And then it's even weirder now, because I thought it was weird in the fucking thing, because I knew like, all right, they're probably gonna do this big old battle at the end, and I assume he should probably know the nature of who he is and stuff by that point. So I thought in the trailer it was weird. I'm like, you know that this is fake, but you want to fight for it? It's even weirder in the show, which I like, where he's like fully aware of like what happened to him and like that the hex is fake and stuff and that he's not even real. He's like, let's still fight. Let's go. I liked it.
Even though we're going to give it up at the end.
Yeah. But yeah, the recap thing. Yeah, they've done it a couple times. Really, like, I'm not sure if it's Wanda editing these, like, you know, because it's like obviously they're doing something because they have Wanda like getting more depressed as she's saying the recap things, or if it's like I don't know, maybe like to like be like more on the nose to like more casual people who are watching it, so they know they're up to speed on like everybody's motives and stuff, where it's like, oh, he's ours. So it's like, oh, you know he's a bad guy. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there, but something.
They didn't do a very good job because then Vision just did his thing and then took away that thing that had
Yeah.
him destroyed.
I guess they didn't have time to set up
true vision.
another firewall or something. All this dude did was touch him, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
this entire fucking weapon that we've been trying to build for the past 5 years, just like, just gets taken over like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was also kind of weird where I don't have much of a problem with this, but it's like where like Vision, after getting his memories back, he's like, I am Vision, as in leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would think that Vision coming back to life, he'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Or like, where's Wanda? Or
maybe
like,
they did stuff to him where like stuff is different because they did tear him up and everything, huh? So they had to have added stuff to him.
Maybe.
To make him different.
Maybe we'll find out in
Maybe
like
not
2.5 to 3 years.
Oh, we'll see.
I want to know what the fuck's happening with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because
what if they're like staying in that world at some point, like a little pocket in the universe?
maybe. Because it's like, I thought that was one of the guarantees of the show. Obviously, it's my fault for assuming this. But like, it looks like they're going to be doing like Young Avengers at some point. They're building up all these younger, you got Hawkeye, like passing the mantle on. You got Ant-Man's daughter growing up and stuff. I assume the twins were going to age themselves up and then be like, oh, we're about this life now.
Maybe.
But like, they really just they weren't real. So it's like, how are they going to, maybe they have no plans on using those twins at all?
Maybe in the multiverse, she gets to see them go to that world again.
Oh, fuck.
Pull them out.
While you be thinking and shit, that's a way to do it. But then it's also going to be weird because, like, multiverse is going to be tricky because it's like, if they pull somebody out of that universe, like if they do pull the twins, they're like, oh, they're here now. Yeah. That universe is now going to be missing those twins that are actually
real. It's
real.
just them three, isn't it? Because that was just her world, her little... If it just kind of like disappeared.
Oh, you're talking about the Hex thing. Mm-hmm. Didn't it like completely...
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they could have like went somewhere else somehow. I don't know. The Flash, he runs so fast that he goes back in time. Or forward in time.
Yeah, they're about to make that a movie, I think.
Again? I mean, I keep hearing that.
I think that's how they're going to reset the DC movies.
Oh, with
because they got all these different like continuities and stuff. Oh. And then apparently the new Wonder Woman movie does not follow like the past movie's history or whatever. So it's like they're going to use that movie for everything to reset. What was I saying? I mean, she does have power. She could create like a hex. And then it's like, oh, boys, you're here now. But like, they kind of made it very... It's like they made a hard stance on anything that's in the hex that like is created does not actually exist. It cannot, unless like later, like she creates a hex and expands it to the entire planet. They could do that, but like, I don't know. It seemed like they were very.
Everybody was sad and everything.
It's not like most things that happen in the hex aren't actually real, but sometimes other things can come out of it.
Maybe she can control it somehow and not take over people's lives.
Maybe. She's reading that Darkhold, so...
Yeah, she's evil now.
If I learned one thing from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just one fucking thing, it is that you never, ever, ever...
take magic from a witch.
You never fucking read the Darkhold. At all, ever. Not even a fucking page. It's bad news. The Darkhold is... the book of the damned. It's like the most evil book and shit. It's like,
how was she reading?
I don't want to give you spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dude.
So I won't say specifics, but like the Darkhold does come up. It has like a different design and stuff. Concept is the same, but it's like there's this one character that like read it for just like a few sentences, and they're like, "This is fucking too much. I can't fucking handle this. This is too dangerous." So it's like, you don't fucking mess with that at all. And she's just sitting there fucking reading. She's reading the entire fucking thing.
But she's also in the kitchen or like somewhere else?
Yeah, she's doing some Doctor Strange shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, she's out there. Ooh, I'm doing some fucking shit. but I'm also fucking reading the most evil fucking book on the fucking planet. Don't mind me.
But she's gonna have to go back to Agnes so we can see her again. Right?
That's another fucking thing. See, this is what I'm saying about these series.
That's why you're like, ooh, hopefully she doesn't kill her.
I have not heard a single thing about Agnes appearing in Doctor Strange. Now, this could change because it's like, maybe they've been like pushing off filming her appearances until after this show, so it doesn't spoil it. So they're like, oh, you know what? Now that everybody knows the outcome of WandaVision, now we're going to start filming her scenes. So this could happen, but like if it doesn't, first of all, I think that they could do a season 2 of the show easily now. Easily. Now that Wanda knows that she can control stuff, and then we got Agatha, maybe like season 2 is where Wanda needs to get Agnes's help.
But would it make sense to be still WandaVision? Because that was the whole thing.
Maybe, because Vision's still alive, right? What if they bring in that real life Vision?
I keep thinking it's just television Wanda.
Yeah.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they could easily do a season 2 now. So if she's not in Doctor Strange, that's my guess, is that they're going to do a season 2. But then it's also like, they've announced shows for like the next 2 years. So it's like, we're going to have to wait years for Agnes to show back up.
Unless, surprise.
Maybe. I hope there's a surprise, because that's like, I don't want that to be a regular thing where it's like, there's like dozens of people where it's like,
fuck it. We'll see
next time you see him. Yeah, you'll see him when you see. I don't like that.
You don't like it?
I don't. Oh. Like, if there was like a faster turnaround, I would like it. But like, they haven't announced anything. Like, we have no idea when she's going to show up next. No idea at all. We don't know if there's going to be another Avengers movie that she's going to somehow be involved in.
We don't even know.
But they have like all these other things announced where it's like, it's not like, oh, next year this time. They're like, oh, season 2's coming out. Because they have that space. What's up?
I don't think there will be a season 2.
Why not?
Because like Perfect on its own, just season 1. Boom.
Well, yeah, but season 2 could also be his other thing.
Series finale?
Yeah, they could just not. Season 2 is like a broad term. It could be a literal season 2, as in traditional television.
WandaVision.
But they could easily just create another series, title it something different, but it's the same thing. Like, it could just be like movies and shit. Where it's like, ooh, you got Captain America, the first Avenger. Oh, you got Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It's like, ooh, WandaVision, and then maybe like Wanda and Agnes, or whatever you call it.
Oh, like a spinoff?
Or the Scarlet Witch, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like a spinoff?
Yeah, and then it's technically season 2.
They should make an Agatha all along.
Yeah, they can make an Agatha show or something. But it's like,
about her life and stuff.
like, they have so many things announced already. It's going to be a while until we see this shit.
That's kind of like how movies, right? You just don't see it for a while.
Yeah, but like I thought like the introduction of these series would like help with the turnaround time. Because that's one of the things I hate about the movies is that it takes so long. They have all these different properties. So everything is like, it takes so, like, I thought with the introduction of these shows, like getting to like another Endgame style event wouldn't have to take an entire decade.
I mean, isn't it a movie like soon or no?
What do you mean?
Isn't there going to be a movie soon?
Isn't there
another movie?
So
right now we're getting all these shows and then
there's going to be another movie at some point, but like I'm saying like connecting to this show.
I mean, it just came out, though, right?
Yeah.
So they still haven't like made it or anything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they have other things announced, so it's not like a literal year from now. You know, not in March 2022. We're not getting another Wanda show because they already have other things that are going to take that spot. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a while until we get the continuation of this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, if they do this with like a lot of their shows, it's
more content.
Yeah, but it's going to be like, it's going to be a lot of content, but it's going to be content that like is going to have like all these open-ended endings to where you're waiting for the next part, but the next part isn't going to come out until like all the other stuff that they have coming out comes out. So it's going to be like the movies again. And I thought the shows were going to help speed up that process so it doesn't take as long to build up these stories and stuff. So that's my concern about it. Because it's like...
They're giving you so many shows, though.
I know. More? I'm happy about that. What, you wanted more? Yeah, I wanted...
Yeah, but like right away? How are they going to do it?
It's not that I want more. It's just that, like... I'm happy. It's like I'm complaining about it now. But like when Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out, that's all I'm going to be thinking about. I still want to see what happens to Agnes. Because like Wanda, I know what's happening with Wanda. Like she's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie. So that like little cliffhanger they left with her, relatively soon, that's going to happen. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with Agnes and Vision.
A little scene of Wanda, Agnes, or maybe we'll see a little Vision, a little end credit scene or something. Maybe they just don't tell you everything. They don't announce it all.
That's what I hope. I hope that because Disney owns their own service, they could like just announce stuff whenever they want to. Mm-hmm. Like 6 months from now, they could be like, "Oh, December next year, WandaVision season 2 or whatever." I hope that's the case. But I don't know. They just have so many shows that are already announced. It's like I can't imagine. Like I don't see them delaying one of the shows that they've already announced just to put in a season 2 of one of these shows. You know what I mean? Like they have to cycle through all the ones that they already announced, and then we could get a continuation of the things that we've seen. I don't know. I just hope it's like a faster turnaround. Like, because they've given us more. I don't want more. They're already giving us more. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I didn't realize the trade-off would be, it's like the movies, but, just in a different format. And it's like, oh yeah, we're going to like have these open-ended things that can continue the story that you're going to have to wait like 2.5, 3 years for. That's a long time. Like, for example, I haven't seen the show, so this probably isn't like an accurate representation. But season 3, Pretty Little Liars, it ends, right? I don't know what season 3 ended with or whatever, but I'm assuming there was more than 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. So season 3 ends. You got to wait 3 years for that, for season 4.
Oh, wait.
Are you serious?
Eventually it'll come out.
Are you serious? I don't know. We're just fundamentally different, I guess.
Like, if they're giving me like little shows and making I'll be like,
No.
But they aren't.
Oh, wait, they are. Fuck.
Yeah, bitch.
But it's like, it's not like actual...
Like, I don't expect them to give me everything right away. It's just like...
Like, okay, so they do Pretty Little Liars, right? You're like, okay, here's a show that, like, is slightly connected. Like, here's a show with completely new characters that maybe like 2 times in the season are going to maybe reference the fucking mystery killer or whatever.
No, it's Riverdale. Not Riverdale. Yeah.
Maybe that happens, and that's what you're just gonna get like several shows of doing that, of like possibly, maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll mention that, but even if they do, it will just be a mention. But like, if you want to see this story continue, you gotta wait 2.5, 3 years for that. We'll give you season 4 of that show.
I'll probably get over the show.
You'll probably get over the show.
Like,
what do you mean?
I'll literally forget about it because it's been 3 years.
I don't want to forget about it though.
Okay, I didn't say yeah to
Don't make me forget.
Then I won't forget about it.
But like, I guess I just want, I don't know. I guess
like
I'm
you
just
want
a
all
bitch.
The answers right away?
Not right away, but like relatively soon. I thought these shows.
Because don't they have
time? I don't want to wait another 10 years. I don't want to wait another 10 years.
2.
I don't want. Let me finish my sentence. I don't want to wait another 10 years for like another Endgame style event.
There won't be another one because then the game's over.
You know what I mean? Like this big old mega event, right? Like the reason that it took 10 years to get to that first one is because they only were able to put out 6 hours of content per year. And that's on a good year when they put out 3 movies. Up until like, I don't know, a couple years ago, they were putting out 2 movies. And then before that, they put out 1 movie. So it's like, I understand why it took 10 years to get to that point. But they're putting out either 3 or 4 movies a year, right?
And all the shows.
So that's 2 hours times 4. That's almost 8 hours just in the movies. They got like several shows a year, which are going to be like averaging around 6 hours. So that's like,
instead of 10 years, it'll be like 3. It's better, right? 2 or 3.
Yeah,
like
that's
10,
what I'm hoping.
Like,
But it looks like it might just be like the movies.
But how if they're giving you other shows and stuff? Or just you don't like certain some of them?
Because every time, I'm probably coming off very negative. We'll get to some positive stuff, I promise.
We're still recording?
We're still recording. It's like they have a bunch of these different shows, which I'm excited for, right? It's going to add variety and stuff. Yeah. Which, the positive, let me be positive for a second. It's going to be a long fucking time, if ever, that I'm going to get tired of watching these shows. Because they're all going to feel different. They're all different, right? So that's good. But what can happen is that with each show, that pushes the continuation of other things even further. Because they're like sort of ending it like the movies. I don't know how to explain it. It's like
instead of a 1-hour movie, it's like 10 weeks of episodes that you could have just watched in 1 hour of a movie.
No, I'm not saying that. I like the format and stuff, but it's like the endings. Because like all these movies and stuff and now shows are like, they tell a story, but they leave some stuff open-ended for the next installment. But it's like, back in the day, it's like, like Iron Man 3. Told that story, and then at the end, he's like, throws the thing into the water, and he's like, I am Iron Man. And then it was like, I think 2 years, that's when he shows up again for the second Avengers movie. It's like, I thought the shows were going to help speed along that process to where it's like, you don't got to wait years for like stuff like that to happen.
Yeah,
like,
and it won't.
Like, the Vision thing could happen. Like you're saying, like, ooh, it could be, he could make an appearance in one of the titles that are announced. But like Agnes, I don't see how she could fit into the ones that are announced. So she would have to like go in something that's like announced in the future. That's what I'm saying. It's like the movies where it's like we got to wait so long for these individual stories to continue. I'm excited for the different ones that are going to come in between, but then also I'm afraid that those shows as well are also going to be the same, where we're going to have to wait for those to continue as well. So it's like this constant thing where it's like,
wait.
We're getting stuff, but then it's like, they end and it's like, fuck, we got to wait 3 years? We got to wait until 2025 until the next Avengers movie where they show up? Because it's like, I've been thinking, or maybe I said it earlier, we've been recording for an hour, I don't know. Like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That show's going to happen. Probably going to be great, but they're probably going to end it in some type of thing is going to happen. They're not announced for like any of the shows that are like coming up until like 2.5 years from now. So it's like, they're probably not going to show up in these ones that are coming up. So we're going to have to wait.
But in the meantime, you watch the other shows. And
I know, but it's like,
isn't that how movies are though? Like, you don't
I know,
see
that's what I'm saying. I didn't.
Like in between, at least you're getting.
I don't really like. Okay. It's like, the problem I have is that it is like the movies where it's like, oh, okay, so we got Captain America Winter Soldier, and then that ends.
I know.
And then it's like, oh, a couple months later, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's cool. It's a great movie and stuff like that. Love this. But it's like, you still got to wait for that to happen. And then at the end of Winter Soldier is where they're like, oh, we got to search for Bucky. And then you had to wait 2 years until the next Captain America movie where they do that. The shows, again, this is just speaking from WandaVision because we've only seen one. But it's like, it's going to be the same as that.
Yeah, but you don't have to wait. Like, you wait in between
We do,
them.
that's the thing.
But you have other things in between, right?
Right, but it's like they're not like direct connections to that. So it's...
Yeah, so just like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, the positive of these different shows, I'm not going to get tired of it because they're going to be like different shows. They're not going to be like, oh, what are you watching? Oh, a Marvel show. How long has it been going? Oh, it's been going all year, every week. It's not going to be like that because it's going to be like, oh, I'm watching, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh, it's been on for a couple weeks and then it's ending now. So it's like, it's going to keep it fresh. Mm-hmm. But that's also the issue because it's like, all these things are going to happen and they're all going to get like these stories are going to be put on hold while this completely new story starts. And that one's going to be put on hold. And the new one starts and that one's going to be put on hold.
Kind of like if you're watching different shows and you're like, oh, okay, this one's over.
Yeah, almost like that.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah, it's like you finish something and you're like, oh my God.
It's like, I'll just be honest. I don't want to wait 2.5 years to see what happens with Agnes.
Wait, 10 then?
I thought the shows were going to help speed it up. So where it's like, oh, maybe a year and a half or something like that is when we see her next.
Maybe if they don't have that many shows for the
But
next
they
year,
do, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, after that, maybe if they don't have other ones, then that'll be the next thing they put.
Yeah, but that would be the case for every show. Because then that would just push it all along.
Isn't that how they make them? Or is it every year?
No, it's not every year. That's my thing. Like if they...
like other shows and stuff.
Other shows.
They usually every year they have another season?
It's a yearly thing.
Unless they're not making a second, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, we don't know when the fuck it's going to happen. And then it's like... It's just weird because they announce all these things so you know it's not going to come relatively soon. So it's going to be like, fuck. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, that's why it's a concern right now. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying every show's going to be like this. I hope it's not going to be like this. But it's like, okay, I want to see Agnes. I don't want to wait all these years. Mm-hmm. And then like Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to end with, they end with something similar where it's like, fuck, now I got to wait for this until after all these shows. And then fucking Miss Marvel starts and that happens. And it's like, okay, well, Miss Marvel's going to be in the Captain America movie. Captain Marvel movie. But then also the side character that I like, who they set up as being important. Fuck, I got to wait until maybe that's a season 2 that's going to happen later on. And it's like, oh, Hawkeye's going to happen. It's like, I don't know when the fuck that new Hawkeye that Hawkeye trained, the Hawkeye trained, is going to appear again. So I got to wait for that. You know what I mean? And it's just this constant revolving door of, oh, you got new shit, but you're always waiting for shit.
Yeah, you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, but it's like,
kind of theories about
it's so long. It's like, it's not, like, I would get that point of view if it was like a yearly release. It's like, okay. It's like Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. It's like, all right, a year. All right. You know, that's far enough away, but it's also not so far where it's like too far. It's like, okay, all right, we could chill a little bit. I'm excited and we'll be back to this before we know it. But like, I don't know. It's like, I thought these shows would eliminate like I just don't want to wait too long. Because what if I lose interest in it? It's like,
you won't.
But what if I do?
I thought you said you won't.
No, I'm saying in like the shows together overall. Like watching them all the time nonstop if they keep putting them out. Because they're so different. But like, what if in a couple years I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about what Agnes is doing now. Because all these shows have happened and it's like, there's other stuff. And it's like, I don't really care anymore. Fuck Agnes. She fucking choking out 10-year-olds and shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope the shows are more connected than I think they're going to be. And I hope they're not just like the movies where it's like, that was cool, right? See you in 3 years. It's like, what? And then also it's going to be weird where it's like, I'm talking like meta now. Like, what if like the actors just like they themselves lose interest in all this time. Like, what if like, Falcon and Winter Soldier happens, and then Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky, is like, you know what? I'll make, I guess, one more appearance, and then I'm done. I'm out of here.
Fuck him.
You know what I mean? You probably don't know what I mean.
I get what
You're
mean.
like, I'll wait 1,000 years. I know, because it's a concern, and then you're just like, whatever, fucking loser, just wait. Yeah, I don't want to wait. Well, I don't want to.
All make it all ahead of time.
I don't want to wait too long. That's my thing. I don't want to wait too long. Like, we got a bunch of these shows and shit. We got You guys are pumping out so much content. Why are we waiting fucking years to fucking continue some shit? I don't understand.
They gotta make some money. More to make new stories and shit. I don't know. Maybe they'll just like make it as they go along, and then it won't be like, ooh, the actors won't be there anymore because they already made it, so they'll already release it, and boom. I don't know. It's pretty much just like the movies I know.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot more shit to watch, but it's like a fucking balance it and shit. I like it, but it's just holding off the shit that I might be excited to see as a continuation of. Okay, let's continue on your little notepad.
Oh, I have everything ready.
Oh, dead ass? Okay, let's see if I got anything. My name is Sarah. I have a daughter. She's 8. Maybe she could be friends with your boys if you like that storyline. That's fucking creepy. Like, if you like that story, hey, I'm open to anything. I just want to hold her. Fucking please. Damn, that's crazy.
They're like aware of.
And then Wanda's response, she's like, yo, all of you are going to be fine. You're fine.
You're happy.
You're fine. You're happy. You like it. No, we don't, bitch.
Yeah, fucking realize it, crazy bitch.
What do you think of her suit?
I like it.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. And then I like when they came down from the sky, and then she's walking up to Agnes, and she's like walking like a witch and shit. It was kind of creepy.
How did she do it?
She was like something with her hands where she just like it was like very it was very uneasy. It's like fuck.
When
she's
Agnes's
dangerous.
hands turned black because she couldn't do the powers, that's creepy. Like her hands are all.
I think her hands were always like that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anytime she uses her powers.
I don't know, witches have always creeped me out. But she's such a good witch though.
Yeah.
I think that's what I meant when I put she's such a good witch. Like her laugh and the creepiness, the makeup,
see,
the eyebrows.
this is what I'm saying. I don't want to wait 2.5, maybe 3 years to see her again. She's great. I want to see what the fuck happens to her.
But then you'll get to rewatch the show and then watch it and like boom. Like you never missed it. I don't know.
I just don't want to wait that long. We did that with these movies.
Don't wait.
I thought these shows were gonna help like speed it up to where it's like 1.5 years, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
But it's like it looks like it's just gonna be the same weight as the movies. I'm like, fuck. I don't know. Maybe later this year, I'm like, I could just come on this podcast and be like, I was fucking dead wrong. They got this shit on lock.
When
Because it's like, sorry, but like, what if it's like low key ends in some crazy fucking way? And it's like,
that makes you keep
that's
watching.
a show that's confirmed to have it a season 2, but we don't know when that's coming out.
We'll find out eventually. Or like, why do you need to know exactly when it comes out?
You're such a fucking good person.
Like, why do you need to know exactly when it comes out? You're like, we don't know
You're
when it's
just like,
out.
I guess I'll wait. I'll wait until they put it out.
I mean, like, I'll still watch it.
I want it soon.
It's not like, ooh, I'm not gonna watch it if it doesn't come out the next
I know.
day.
I'm kind of jealous that you have this thing. I don't know what.
Maybe because I'm not.
You had this thing. What?
I'm not as obsessed with it as you.
You're not.
I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's a show I'll watch.
Stop fucking shaming me for my passions, okay?
I'm not just
but it's
saying
like,
the same.
You're, because it seems like you don't fucking understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, just because I don't like agree with it doesn't mean I don't understand what you mean. I mean,
Why don't you agree?
I get what you mean.
Explain how the fuck you're like this. How are you just like I'll wait 3 years?
If I watch a movie, I'm like, oh, that was cool.
Well,
and then like, ooh, 3 years later,
what
another one, I'm like,
though?
oh,
what movie
whichever, I don't care.
Exactly. But we're talking about these movies where they set up more movies. Like, most movies don't, like, have such open endings like this.
None?
I did not say none. You literally put that word in my mouth.
Whatever.
I said most movies don't do that. So it's like, it's fine. It's like, oh, okay, that was good. And then it's like, oh, if they announce a sequel, okay, that's cool too. I'll watch that. But this is a part of this ongoing thing all the time. And it's like, oh, you like this one piece? All right, get ready to wait years to see it continue. What?
I can't say anything. You're just gonna...
What? I'm just gonna what? Explain.
keep saying the same thing. I get what you mean.
I thought it was funny how Wanda walks downtown after Westview is back to normal. Everybody's looking at her.
Oh yeah, shaming.
And then she starts talking to Monica, and she's like, oh, they're never gonna see me any different.
They know not.
So it's like, fuck apologizing to them.
I know.
Like, what the
She
fuck?
did.
She just
stormed out. Let
Yeah.
the police handle with their, like, good luck in
yeah,
therapy, guys.
it fucking ended like fucking Dark Knight and shit. Where it's like, oh, we have to chase her. She's the Scarlet Witch.
Like, anyways, bye, Monica. Good luck
She
with
has,
this shit
she has
show.
to run because we know she can take it. And it's like this big old hero moment. But she's like,
what did
she's
she do?
surrounded by people that she took hostage.
She literally
Like,
fucked
she
up
literally
their
just-
lives and said, peace.
She's like, why you motherfuckers looking at me like that?
Yeah.
It's like, well, you fucking took over their lives.
Yeah.
And you don't even apologize to them.
Yeah.
The last thing you did to them was fucking choke them.
Yeah.
Because they were expressing how sad they were.
Jesus.
It's like, fuck.
They'll never express their feelings ever again. They're gonna be hostile for months.
But, I don't know. She's reading the Darkhold now, so I guess it fits her character to be a fucking bitch now. The Scarlet Bitch.
Yes.
So,
Scarlet
yeah.
Bitch.
But that was just
Literally,
funny.
the
It's
whole
like,
show
you're not
is
going to
just
apologize to
so
anybody.
selfish.
She didn't even apologize to Monica.
I know, like, hey, here you go with this shit. Thanks for helping, but
She's
I
like-
didn't listen at all. Peace.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. I'm not sorry about fucking,
She didn't
throwing
seem
you out of a
sorry.
fucking hex or anything.
She didn't seem sorry.
Yeah,
to
she was
hear
just,
about
that was just a fucking,
yeah, like a
being polite.
like, oh, sorry, I just lost my vision. My vision. I'm blind.
I just lost my vision. Let me go find my other vision.
Oof. Let me get my glasses. What if she's looking for him? That's why she went over there.
Let's talk about the post-credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Jimmy ordering people around. He's telling people what to do. Boop, 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 boop. So apparently he's like an actual guy in charge at the FBI.
Oh.
How the fuck was the director able to just fucking mollywop this fucking dude?
Mollywop?
Yeah, fucking slap him with his dick. Like, he was just like, fuck off, Jimmy. He's always talking shit to Jimmy. He's fucking throwing him out of the base and stuff.
Oh.
It's like, okay, apparently this dude's a high-ranking FBI agent.
Oh.
You probably shouldn't be fucking messing with this dude.
You could fuck up your life.
Yeah.
Have you killed?
Yeah, he could definitely have you killed. Apparently this missing person is still fucking missing.
Yeah. Literally didn't answer that. And is he and Darcy a thing? Or...
But it's okay. What if they answer those questions in season 2?
Honestly,
That
I
are
don't think
coming
there's a
out in,
season two.
maybe a couple of years from now. Maybe.
I don't think there's a season 2.
Why not?
Because it's perfect the way it is.
But it's
And
like...
the last episode is the last season.
But that's going like, oh, there shouldn't be a second Iron Man movie because the first one's
Probably
perfect.
not.
It's like, yeah, you could say that, but it's like they could also do another one. It could be separate.
Like a spin-off, yeah, but not like the same show.
Okay,
WandaVision.
I explained this. It's like season 2. It's like a general term I'm using. It's like it could be a literal season 2, or it could just be a spin-off that's continuing this story. Call it Vision Wanda.
That's what I thought earlier. It's about Vision's point of view of him dying. Where did he go when he
Or
died?
or you call it Wanda Studios. Because WandaVision is like television, but now they're like, oh,
Let's see
we're
the
going
behind
into the
scenes
movies.
of the show.
They're doing
What
it
if there
behind the
was-
scenes.
Really? Of what, the actual show or the...
Yeah, not in the show, but the
Okay.
actual show.
Insane.
It's coming
Like,
out
you
next
just
week.
see one, or Agatha holding the microphone. and everything. She's the lighting crew. She's.
Okay, so now you're gonna turn me back into Agnes, okay?
I'm gonna turn you into Agnes.
I'm gonna turn you back into Agnes.
I was already Agnes before.
No. She's telling Wanda that. To do that in the show.
Telling her to do what in the show?
Turn her back into Agnes. Like you were saying that she was a director, right?
Yeah.
So she's directing Wanda to do stuff in the show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now you're going to turn me back into Agnes. Oof. And that's how we're going to end the show.
Hi, neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. How you doing?
Yeah.
Looking dandy in that new dress you use. What if she was faking it? She pretended like
what
that
if,
spell worked.
Fuck, what if she is faking it? We're going to find out in 3 years.
Fuck you.
You don't get what I'm saying? Like that could be what's happening. She faked it before. And we're going to find out 3 years from now?
Or in the
3 fucking years.
Or 2.
That's like a freshman going into high school, and then by the time they're a junior.
They got 10.
Oh, here you go. You got to continue this thing that you started freshman year.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? It's like...
I mean, I would be mad if they gave us nothing in between. But since they're giving us, like, a bunch of stuff, it's like, yes.
I'd like to come back to this conversation in a few months when we get, like, a couple shows under our belt. Because I think they're going to set up things just like they did in this show. So then we're going to have, like, 3 or 4 things where it's like, take a chill pill, we're on hold.
What do you mean on hold?
What they are doing to Agnes. Put on hold. She'll return. Like, we'll tease she returns. When? Don't fucking know.
2 or 3 years, you say?
Yeah, that's my guess. It could be even longer than that.
Well, this is not 10.
Sure. But it's like, okay, I guess, you know. Man, got into a brutal car accident tonight. At least somebody didn't also break my window and shoot me in the head. I'm saying, like, yeah, at least it's not 10 years, but it's like, it's not nothing. It's like, okay, you're waiting for your food to be delivered. At least it didn't take a year for it to come.
You said it took like 10 years for the Avenger things
Yeah.
to be a thing?
That was like their big mega
So wouldn't
event.
it be shorter now because of the shows and everything?
Ideally it would.
So then
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I keep repeating myself. It's like, it's kind of set up like the movies now.
Yes.
So it's not like, it doesn't look like, if these shows keep doing the same thing that WandaVision is doing, there's not going to be much of like a faster turnaround. It's just going to be more shit.
More shit to watch.
Yeah, but it's like the progression is going to be the same speed. Like imagine like all the movies going to Endgame, and then just like maybe instead of like 3 years on average a movie, now there's 6. But like imagine now like they're all individually their own thing. So it's the speed is the same.
So the only difference is just we're having more shows.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like cool. No. It's cool. But there's also like downsides that could come to that. Where it's like, yeah, all this shit, we're getting a lot of shit. But then also because we're getting a lot of shit is like, oh, put on hold. And it's like, oh, because they're put on hold because of all this new shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my concern. I'm just saying, I hope the shows don't follow that. Where like the ending of each series has stuff like an Agnes, where it's like, I want to see what the fuck happens next with her. Mm-hmm. But it's like, because they're just going to keep adding up. And then soon, like a year from now, we could have like 10 things. We're like, fuck. We have like 2 handfuls of things that are just like put on hold that we're waiting for. Like, that's a lot of shit. And it's like, I don't mind waiting for shit, but it's like, that's a lot of shit. And then it just fucking, I don't know. I am repeating myself, but it's like, I feel like it could be waiting for the shit is too long. Because there's so much other shit that they're doing.
Oh, did they explain why the whole thing was a hexagon, or it was just coincidence?
I think coincidence.
It wasn't anything about her past or anything?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I was wondering, like, why?
Maybe they'll explain it, in a couple years. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. It was probably just a random thing. Where it's like, I don't know. Because hexagons keep popping up. Like, ooh, the space travel, they have hexagons and stuff.
She's
so
a
it's
witch.
probably
666.
just that. Maybe.
So Agnes, she literally did nothing of that. Just kind of some magic here and there.
Yeah.
I thought she created the whole thing at first.
Same.
That's what they made it.
I like how it's not one. I mean,
So
that it is
Agatha.
Wanda. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't literally
Agnes just
Agatha
did, like,
all along.
a few things.
Yeah, just a few things that are like. Yeah, and it wasn't even the stuff that she was doing wasn't even that successful.
No,
Like
wasn't even trying,
Wanda
really.
didn't even like completely break from the illusion until Agnes fucking hey, go down to my fucking
She's like,
my
"This is taking for
fucking
long.
with
This is taking
my
long."
with my runes and shit. That's when shit really started to pick up. So she wasn't even successful doing. So like episode 1, where like I would assume that she kept on trying to fuck up the dinner with the boss, and she failed at that and stuff. So it's like, yeah, like the magic show. Like I'm assuming she like made the rabbit like run around or something, and that's why Wanda took it to the back. It's like, okay, then Vision just did this other thing. So it's like when you think about it, she was behind a lot of shit, but it's like all of it failed pretty much.
She was just trying to
It's like what
her
if,
to use her magic.
It's like if like I was saying earlier, if everything you say is sassy, none of it is really sassy or anything. Cancels each other out. If you're like behind everything, but it all fails, it's like, did you really do anything? Did anybody hear you in the forest? I don't know.
Wonder where Vision is. That's all. Who would he go to? What if he went back to Iron Man to his grave somehow? Say goodbye to his pal because he found out he was. Well, how would he know? Actually, never mind.
Yeah,
Go back to his creator, and then he's gone. That'll be his introduction for the next Vision movie. That guy with the
maybe they could do like one-off special event type things for like the cliffhangers, because it's like Agatha's probably not gonna get her own movie, and if she's not appearing in Doctor Strange, like what's to stop them from like a year from now being like, oh, here's like this hour and a half long thing where like Wanda needs help figuring something out, like the fallout from the Doctor Strange movie. And
they might have like, sometimes Disney has the little miniseries things. They might have that for those.
Yeah.
Like Forky from Toy Story has the little episodes that are like 5 minutes each. They could have something like that.
Yeah. I hope stuff like that happens. I do hope they announce shit. I hope it's not only the things they announced like a few months ago. It just feels like reading a book. And it's like, you know what it feels like? It feels like Game of Thrones kind of.
Why?
A little bit. Because it's like, you remember, sometimes there were like episodes where it's like something happens and you don't see like the continuation of it until like 2-3 episodes later.
Like a bunch
and
of
so much other shit happens in between, which is cool and stuff, but it's like if you're excited about that one thing that happened, you gotta wait this fucking time to get back to it. And then it's even worse because it's like those are like, weekly episodes of one show. These are different shows. So there's no guarantee there's like crossover between them. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I hope. They just come out and say, oh, here's some, special one-off events and shit. Oh, here's like a Vision short that we're going to do. You're going to find out where he went. Yeah. I hope that happens. If they start doing that, if they either start doing that or like the shows don't do as much of like the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like they'll end.
Because it's normally. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like 2 years is a long time. And then, I don't know. Especially because you got to judge it to where it's like, I don't know. I just think because I have this concern and I'm obsessed with it. Like imagine just like most people who aren't, who just like casually watch this shit. And it's like, at what point are you risking them just not giving a fuck at some point? Where it's like, you're telling me we got to wait fucking years for everything to continue now? It's like, but like back when Breaking Bad was coming out, it was coming out every year. Now we have to wait 3 years?
COVID.
For a season 2 of a show? Again, season 2, broad term. I'm just like, what? Wait, I like Miss Marvel. I'm not going to see, after Captain Marvel, I'm going to have to wait 2 more years until another season of her show? I don't know. And it's like, those things by themselves aren't that bad. Like those singular things. But like with all these shows, it's like it could just be several examples all at the same time. That's my fear. But yeah. So, what do you think about the scroll appearing? Why wasn't it Talos' daughter?
Oh, yeah. How do we know it's not? No, it's just a stranger, right?
Yeah.
She didn't recognize her.
And Monica didn't have a reaction to her.
Mm-hmm.
They were like BFFs at the end of the movie.
So
yeah.
Talos? That's his name?
Yeah.
He sent her, right?
No, that's why I thought it's Nick Fury.
Oh, yeah. You said he, but really? So he's still up there?
When I first watched it, I'm like, oh, it could be Talos because old friend still applies to him. But I would think that around this time is when they switch. That's when Talos is on Earth, filling in for Nick Fury, and Nick Fury is up in space. Oh. And because they need her in space, so Nick Fury is probably like, yo, Monica's back, get her the fuck up here.
So he would still be up there?
You mean still? What do you mean still?
Because remember when he disappeared? He was on Earth, wasn't he?
Yeah, but this is like a month after Endgame at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already back.
Yeah, he's on Earth, right? You said?
No, I'm saying like by this time. You know how like Monica first comes back and goes back into work, and then it's established that like Sword isn't like this new thing. It's been established before. So like Nick Fury could have gotten snapped away, come back in Endgame, and then a couple weeks after that or something, he's like, Talos, you need to come fill in for me while I go up to space.
Again?
What do you mean again?
Or is this during Spider-Man when he does that?
Oh, no, Spider-Man takes place 8 months after Endgame. This show takes place 3 months. Okay. So it's Endgame, WandaVision, months later, that's when we see Nick Fury on the space thing. Yeah.
So you're saying is he still on Earth during WandaVision, or he's already in space?
He could be, but I'm thinking he's already in space. Because Sword was already established, so the base up there is probably already there.
And this is like 2 weeks after?
2 weeks. Yeah, it's 3 weeks after. 3 weeks when she goes back into work. So like by the end of this show, it's probably like a month or so.
And he like disappeared, right? So he probably doesn't have any family to like go back to see or anything. Yeah. So he's just like, fuck it, let me go to space.
Yeah, he probably came back and he's like, what the fuck happened? Oh, this purple dude came from Titan and you fucking snapped us all away? Alright, I need to go up to that base. I need to fucking protect Earth from up there.
And then he knows Monica somehow and sends the scroll down there?
Yeah, he knows Monica from the Captain Marvel movie.
Oh, he met her?
Yeah, remember Nick Fury's in Captain Marvel? And then she's a little girl and they're all... okay. That's when they meet Talos and he's like, I'm not a bad guy. Or I'm not as much of a bad guy.
I thought Talos was the one that sent her.
No. Like, it could be, but like... Right, he could be, but... She, like... The woman was talking as if it's like... Like... As if it's Nick Fury, like this big deal where it's like, yo, he needs you up there. It's like, I don't know. Like, if Talos is running some operation, then I guess so. But, like, we saw in Spider-Man, he's doing something else. So it's probably Nick Fury. Huh? Oh. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, they could easily, like, a week after, like, Nick Fury could freak out and be like, I got to get up there and start working on saving the planet so another Thanos doesn't show up. So he could be there for like the entire 8 months. He's like
on vacation, drinking his little thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably chilling up there for a while. So he was like, well, let me chill for a second. Yeah. But either way, even if it's not Talos, it's like it's still weird how it wasn't his daughter that showed up. It's like, okay, so this random scroll is here to send this message? When he had this clear fucking connection in the movie. Which, like, by the way, also, this is going to be the last time I harp on it. But, like, imagine you're watching Captain Marvel. You're somebody else watching Captain Marvel. And you're a big fan of the Skrulls. And especially that little Skrull girl. I forget her name, but the daughter. When are you going to see her next? I don't know. Like, she could show up in Captain Marvel too. Maybe. I don't know. Or we'll never see her again. Yeah, maybe. It's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's... What's the thing I said was obvious that they did? Oh, the Salem witch trials. It's like, oh, that's an obvious thing they did, but I'm glad they did it. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like Talos' daughter, it's been years now, she'd be around the same age as Monica. Mm-hmm. Why not have the daughter do it?
Kick ass. Mm-hmm.
Of course, Captain Marvel 2 could show up and be like, oh, she's like doing some other secret mission or something.
Then why introduce her as a child? And I wonder, Talos, would he look older? He's gonna be like a little older.
No, we saw him. Spider-Man. He looks the same. Yeah. And like they can change their appearance, so they could probably just be like, oh, I want to look younger. And they just always look like that. Or they always have wrinkles on their face anyway, so it's like they're probably... Oh, yeah. I'm a default 90-year-old man.
Do you remember what color their eyes are? Blue? No.
Yeah, I think blue.
So then the person they're impersonating is going to have blue eyes because they're like, oh, don't change your color eyes. So even when they change into a person,
why the fuck didn't they do it? I don't understand. Yeah, it could have been a cool thing where it's like before the reveal at all, like you could like show Monica's face where she's like, I know those eyes anywhere, girl. Yeah. And then she turns into the scroll. Like that would, I don't understand. What the fuck is up? Why did we just see a random scroll? It was weird. I feel like I'm being very negative this week. Even though I love the episode. Mm-hmm. I just love it so much. I don't want to wait years. I don't know. And then also it's like, why the fuck isn't the daughter? Where the fuck did Vision go? Like, wait. Like, it's like we're gonna have
I died, and now I get my life back.
That's crazy. And my fucking wife, well, I don't know, they're not married in real life, but my girlfriend needs my help. I'm just gonna leave.
Does he know that, though? Or he just knows that he died, right?
I don't know.
That's like the last...
Because I took it as like, oh, the actual Vision is like, when he was just a fucking destroying machine. Mm-hmm. It's him with those added memories. So it's like, I would feel like the knowledge that he had before getting those memories would still be there. So he's like, oh, like I technically was sent to kill Wanda. Mm-hmm. Let me go make sure she's all right.
Maybe you know what I mean? He like can't act on the memories. He's still on like robot mode since they did something to him.
Maybe.
So he's just kind of conflicting with himself. I thought at first, because he found out he was Vision, he went up and he was just gonna like kill himself in front of Wanda, and I was so sad. I was like, is she gonna have to, or like just suicide? I thought he's like he has to distract the Vision.
I am Vision.
He has to complete.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So maybe he did. I thought I was gonna trick him, but then I'm like, oh, but then there won't be a Vision body anymore, so they can't do that. Yeah. And it just bums me out. We might have to wait like 3 years to find the answer to that. Hopefully not, but like I just don't want to. And then also it's like, you heard the rumors about them setting up the Thunderbolts, right? The team of like villains like Zemo from Falcon and the Winter Soldier is probably gonna be involved, and there's gonna be other ones. Basically, General Ross, the guy from the Hulk who came back in Civil War.
Oh yeah.
Who basically wants to control superheroes. Mm-hmm. He's going to there's a rumor that he's setting up, who's also going to be appearing in Black Widow, is like setting up basically his own superhero team of the villains. Oh, that's cool. It's like, I don't want to wait like 5 years for that the actual team to be finalized. Mm-hmm. I thought like with these shows, this kind of shit would like be faster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my hope. Like, yeah, I just don't want to wait too long. I'm obsessed with these.
I'm upset.
I'm upset. I'm upset and I'm obsessed. I don't know. Just don't make me wait 3 years. That's a long fucking time.
Forehead.
That's a long time, forehead.
Long forehead.
But I am excited for the individual shows. That's gonna be cool. So, got anything else? I don't either. So what are we doing next week? It's an off week.
Do we review Marvel? I mean, not Marvel. WandaVision, like as a whole?
Here's our review of Marvel. We're making some money.
Or we could take Marvel quiz or something, or both maybe, briefly.
Okay, I have a question.
Or just take a week off and sleep. Yes.
I like the idea of like ranking all of the episodes of WandaVision.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, ooh, put up our little list and stuff. What do you like? Should we rank it, the show overall, against the movies or no? Or should we like set up a list specifically for the series and rank those against each other?
Yeah.
Because I feel like one, if we rank them against the movies, it might get too fucking long too quick. And then also it's like, I don't know, I feel like it might be a little unfair because the shows do have an advantage of being able to be longer and be able to do more stuff than the movies.
Shows? Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, it's like, oh, we're going to be ranking WandaVision against the movies. And then all of a sudden it's like, at the very least, it's at like the middle of the list.
Because it's just the shows with the shows.
Because they were able to do stuff. Yeah. Same. I feel the same. Yeah. That sounds like a good old time. All right. I guess we'll see you next week. Or you'll hear us next week.
See ya.